Hello! We're going to be watching some dudes taking dubs videos, some memes, I guess. I don't know what they are. They're probably memes, but we're going to go through some dudes taking dubs and have a wholesome day. Anyways, if you ever want to catch me live, I stream over at Twitch, Twitch TV/Saphwyn, and subscribe to the channel to continue supporting me. Anyways, let's begin.
At 14, I saw my mum crying about her only car being repossessed. This felt good. Merry Christmas, mum. Turkish photographer beats up client after learning bride is 15. Relaxing after winning an
Shout out to that photographer. What the heck?
argument with the wife. In Who Cares News, I've lost 183 pounds over the last 18 months.
Wow.
Being ugly, my experience. And he eventually got married. A smile like this
Was that a YouTube video? Did he post that? I wonder if he found the person like through YouTube. That's actually really cool. Look how cute
protected.
she is.
My wife's smile is the one I must protect. I must escape the city. I am surrounded by sheep. Ah, much better. Bitcoin update. Just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin, please. 10 years ago.
Didn't he leave the city to be surrounded by more sheep? What?
Awesome yacht, 100 foot with DJ and crypto friends. I went to the store to get some groceries and I unexpectedly met Tom Hardy there. He ended up paying for all of my stuff and even carried them to my car. My ex-girlfriend never wanted to go on hikes with me. Today, I took her dog that she abandoned after we broke up for an 8-mile hike. I've never seen a dog so happy.
Shout out to him and shout out the dog for living their best life.
Months, this man in South Dakota climbs this communication tower to change the light bulb. He is paid $20,000 per climb. My brother literally listens to classical music and plays Roller Coaster Tycoon all day. Never had this thing as a kid. I had to wait until I was almost 50. POV, your 8-year-old brother wants to be a YouTuber, so you make random accounts and subscribe so he has something exciting to tell you. Man devotes his life to adopting old dogs who can't find forever homes. When I was a kid, I had this game called Worm Church, where I'd bring worms to my room and read them the Bible. Some of y'all are afraid to be corny, but I was born on the cob. This is the coolest guy I have ever seen. That's a guy wearing an elephant costume. That bike may look odd to some, but this man built it so that his blind brother can feel the wind like he does. That's quite the brother. This is my dad when he married my mum. I asked him, why were you dressed like this to your wedding? And he said, your mum invited me to the wedding, but she didn't tell me whose wedding it was. In 2020,
would you guys ever get blindly married? Would you get like if you showed up somewhere, they're like, you're marrying me, like would y'all do it? Let me know in the comments. I want to know.
An Italian man walked 450 kilometers to cool off after he had an argument with his wife. A kid is fishing during class. Las Vegas police facing Mike Tyson after he had just bitten off someone's ear. 1996. All of them look like their eyes are flashing before their eyes. Going to a World Cup in the Middle East dressed as a crusader. They have a lot of bathhouses in Budapest. At this one, old men play chess in the water. These are photos I took on film. Jack has 5 pens. Molly has 3 pens.
It's such a cute idea, but what if you like flip over your chessboard and you lose all the chess pieces? And then what do you do? Huh? And then you lose your progress? You don't know where you are in your game anymore?
Which child has more pens? Jack, how do you know? Show your thinking. Thinking, Jack. The sons of a fallen deputy raised $3,000 to buy their dad's old patrol car. The bidding quickly surpassed what they could afford. A rancher bought it for $60,000. He walked to the boys' table with the keys and said, "Here is your car." A border collie who was ejected from a car during a crash in Idaho has been found on a sheep farm, herding sheep. This dude got yeeted into his dream job. Men pick up a few games, movies, and songs they liked when they were 15 to 25, and then don't consume any other new media ever again.
Bro, what do you mean about men? I do the same thing. I literally play the same video games. I watch the same like TV shows. I watch the same movies. Shout out to Jurassic Park, my favorite movie. And I also listen to the same music.
Kane Hodder, the actor that played Jason Voorhees in 4 of the Friday the 13th films, declined a scene where Jason was supposed to kick a dog. He insisted that Jason was not evil enough to hurt animals. My parents had to put their dog down 2 years ago.
I hate horror movies. I hate them. I do not watch them. Does Jason not, people? Does he not do that?
And it's been really hard.
I know it's really rude to kick a dog, and like I'm glad that he turned down that scene, but I feel like if you're going to someone, then like,
Unfortunately, my stepdad, Rick, has found the worst way to cope, feeding a 1-year-old raccoon and letting him live on a porch. His name is Little Rick, aka Raccoon, and by feeding him, sometimes I wonder if my brother has autism, but then I remember that one time he showed me his spreadsheet of all his friends that he would calculate when he needed to hang out with, or text them in order to maintain a friendship. Your priority weight is being dropped in this spreadsheet. See you at
Imagine keeping a spreadsheet of all your friends. That's awesome. I'd be like, I didn't contact this person this night. Time to contact them now.
8:41 p.m. October 27th.
You know what? Maybe I should do that. I'm so bad at contacting
Every year,
people.
window cleaners at this hospital in Canada dress up as superheroes to surprise the children. Then they go inside to the pediatric unit, the NICU, and the youth mental health unit to say hello to everyone. On my campus, there's a group of jacked muscular dudes who offer to walk with you if you're scared to walk alone. I woke up and realized I was obese, so I started lifting and walking 12,500 steps a day. Still got a long way to being yoked, but I'm happy with my progress so far. Let's go, Jimmy! I overcame my depression and went for a hike. It's the small things. A bunch of girls just told me I look like Chris Hemsworth. Do you agree? This guy thought he'd trick us all by posting a picture of himself twice. Hey, isn't it weird how we live longer than men? Weird. Men. Shooting a potato at a tennis racket to make French fries. There's 18 months.
Oh wait, would that work? Does that work? I wanna know the answer. I feel like it would work, nah? Or like, no shot the potato bounces back at you, right? Like,
Between these two.
Oh, it might just blow like a clean hole through the racket and not split.
Pictures. I'm really proud of the progress I've made with my weight loss. 2 Brazilian politicians settled a dispute over a water park conservation project by fighting each other in a 3-round MMA fight. After turning 35, men must make a decision to either get really into World War II history or really into smoking various meats.
I thought I was going to say World of Warcraft.
Farmers stand in silence at auction, so a young man can buy back his family's farmhouse. No, this is literally bank robbery. More farmers equals cheaper burgers. Arthur Booth is now a manager of a pharmaceutical company and is living a lawful life, as he'd promised to his former classmate. I let social media influence me too much. Last year, I cheated on my ex because I thought he was a bum, because he wasn't funding me to have a luxury lifestyle, like I see others have on TikTok. This whole time, he was saving money to adopt his nephews. I want him back, but he hates me now. Good. When Henry Cavill had to prove to his nephew's teachers that his uncle was in fact Superman. Man's wife files for divorce after he refused to give up newborn baby with Down syndrome. What type of wife does this? I hope this is a fake story. You're a bitch. Not many better texts to receive after a day on the biz with your old man. You really love to see it. Thanks for this afternoon, mate. Really enjoyed it. That's smuggled home lunch meat from the wedding they went to today.
Imagine someone saucing you a bag of chips or like crisp or whatever, and they're like, here, take some crisp, and you like reach your hand in the crisp bag and you pull out a wad of meat. Like, what would you do? Like, I don't, just the feeling of touching meat inside of like a chip bag is like turning me off.
Realizing my standard in men is so high because of my dad. He wakes up at 6 a.m. every Sunday to buy flowers, coffee, and pastries for my mum every damn time for the past 25 years. I want a beer. Paralyzed man communicates first words using brain implants. The first thing our new hire did was fix a bug that's been bugging him forever as a user prior to joining. He then breathed a sigh of relief and submitted his 2 weeks of notice. What? Partied with this guy all last night in Vegas. He asked my boy for the jersey swap. Guys being dudes, Hall of Fame. Aaron Paul has announced that Bryan Cranston will be the godfather to his new baby. While waiting for my flight, I met this old lady who mentioned she had never flown first class before. She was 82 years old and flying alone. Needless to say, I switched seats with her. Mississippi man charged with hate crime for allegedly destroying satanic temple display at Iowa Capitol. Leave the personification of evil alone. My bro's costume. Dudes would rather sleep in minus 36 degree weather.
Costume, have y'all seen like 2024's costumes? I don't know if anyone's on TikTok. I'm going to assume a lot of y'all are on TikTok, just, you know, the way she goes. But there's some freaking cool costumes over on TikTok. Mind you, there's a lot of like, questionable ones. Maybe that's the word I should be using. But There's really
no
cool
tent
ones.
or sleeping bag and go to therapy. The first ones on the bar must be insanely strong. A stranded Australian sailor and his dog survived 2 months adrift in the Pacific Ocean by eating raw fish and drinking rainwater after running into a storm on the 3,700-mile journey. My ex and my dad still get Taco Bell together. Is this not weird to anyone else? Tell your dad I've got his Crunchwrap Supreme. I'm on my way to pick him up. We broke up 4 months ago. Why do you still get Taco Bell with my dad? Just two guys eating Crunchwraps and watching football. For those wondering,
Taco Bell. Shout out, like, I guess, like, maybe his dad and him have a good relationship. I don't know.
Wired by my 18-year-old son a 330 horsepower Mustang. Well, he's been given months to live and can't work long enough to buy himself one. His comment on the way home: Dad, I'm just going to squeeze a few extra months of my life just to be able to drive this. A boy's hot dog stand got reported to authorities, but the city didn't shut him down. They decided to equip him and give him a permit instead. Star Wars fan, 21, who died stopping a gunman on a North Carolina University campus, is honored as a Jedi Master. Boyfriend is sitting by his computer eating sausages with Wikipedia opened to the page. Sausage. Don't worry, it's not tobacco. Dude, you look like every stock photo of 1940s Russian woman. Compliment. I'd rather eat my own pee-pee. My friend Kev died yesterday at 42 following a cardiac arrest. This is the last thing he had ever said on social media. This is how he would want to be remembered. This dad is a legend. My daughter disappeared from a quiet suburban neighborhood in August of 2010. 3 years later, 8 years ago today, in direct defiance of the GHP, FBI, and the State Department, I traveled 5,000 miles into Mexico and did what everyone said was impossible.
I guess like they were tracking them, maybe tracking her, because I was like, she's in a whole other country. It sounded like that's incredible that he was able to retrieve her.
Man who hasn't stopped farting since he ate ham roll in 2017 sues for £200,000. My man said I can't.
He probably has like an issue, like a digestion, not ingestion issue.
See him because he has to go to mass. I told him he needs to pick either me or God. He picked God. My 66-year-old father-in-law has been making memory notes to play a video game with his son. This is so cute. In 1992, I was 12. My dad and I were at the Newark airport. I saw Joe Pesci and recognized him from Home Alone. Pesci. I went up and asked for his autograph. Joe asked me who my favorite actor was. I said he was. He handed me a crisp $100 and said, "That's the right answer, kid. Italy wants to jail vegans for 4 years if they don't feed their kids meat." I agree. Two guys were bothering me while I was pumping gas, and an older man walked up pretending to be my dad, told me to get in the car, and finished pumping my gas for me. When the guys left, he told me he hopes someone would do the same for his daughter. I was sitting at my desk all day, and suddenly, in the middle of back-to-back Zoom calls, my ankle starts throbbing with pain and swelling up huge, and then starts discoloring. What? How badly did I sprain? Sounds like a blood clot. Go to ER immediately. Note, I am a former 911 paramedic.
I was sitting at my desk all day, and suddenly in the middle of back-to-back Zoom calls, my ankle starts throbbing with pain and swelling up huge, and then discoloring. What did I...
Update. Blood clot confirmed. Twitter might have actually saved my life. No Wi-Fi on my last flight, so I drew the Roman Empire from memory with provinces. How'd I do? Amazing. I asked this guy, "How tall are you?" And he handed me this. Yes, I am tall. I am 6'10". No, I do not play basketball. I play volleyball. Wait, I get it now. IKEA dates are powerful because you can walk through the store and imagine a life together. I literally got my girlfriend to unbreak up with me by going to an IKEA store, just as friends. We've been married for 15 years now and have 3 kids. Robin Williams, in every movie he filmed, he asked the production company to hire at least 10 homeless people. During his entire career, he helped approximately 1,520 homeless. What an absolute legend. So I just pulled/evacuated an elderly couple from their house on the way to the gym. How are you all doing? Moment meteorologist calls his kids during live broadcast to warn them to get to the basement as he realizes their Maryland home is in the path of a tornado. A shocking amount of men think they can win fights against grizzly bears, elephants, and cobras. In 1923,
how? Grizzly bear, potentially. I kind of see it. I really don't see it. I'm just gonna go with kind of see it. How are you winning a fight against an elephant? That is like what I do not like. How do How do you win a fight against an elephant, man?
A jockey named Frank Hayes won a race at Belmont Park in New York despite being dead. He suffered a heart attack mid-race, but his body stayed in the saddle until his horse crossed the line for a 21 outsider victory. I can't stop thinking about these guys whose friends forgot his ID, so they got a table by the window and were just chatting with him outside. I mean, I think they should have just not gone in the bar. I'm 22 and just bought my first home.
I guess it depends maybe on the scenario what they're doing, but like they definitely probably could just went to a different place, a different bar. But if his friend enjoyed standing outside talking to him,
after years of working hard,
right?
you can do it too. Wait, what is going on with the ceiling, man? Looks like a warehouse. Bodybuilder who battled depression and even tried to end his life after his wife left him reveals how adopting 50 tiny dogs helped him to finally turn his life around. Person caught watching Lord of the Rings as the entire plane views Australia's victory in the Women's World Cup, trying to figure out how my husband knows about Bitcoin, car engines, world economy, inflation, politics, stock market, calorie deficit, etc. But never knows when and why I'm upset. Ever since my dad died, I've made a point almost every couple of days to head to my mum's house and refill her stock of wood and start a fire for her. It's the little things like that men have to do when our fathers leave us, even when we have our own kids and families.
If y'all don't know, if you guys aren't following me, I lost my dad last year, and we still do, like, me and my brother still do all these little things that like dad used to do for like my mom and my family. So it's cute. And we always try because, like I said, like it's like a void that you're trying to help fill. And
there's no such thing as a perfect name for a firefighter. Lieutenant Les McBurney. Look at what my dad just said about my mum. Your mother is such a powerful soul that even the daffodils lean towards her instead of the sun. The Miami Heat waited until Eric was finished with his divorce proceedings to give him the $120 million contract extension. Now that's real as hell. Hey, what's a word that starts with F and ends with, I'm sorry, but the word that starts with this is inappropriate and offensive. The answer is fire truck. I apologize for misunderstanding. Costco co-founder once said, I will kill you. So. To the CEO who wanted to hike the price of the $1.50 hot dog combo. I was in foster care.
Shout out to them for never raising it, but I wonder, like I know that they said that they weren't going to raise it at all, but with like the way that we're going, I wonder if that's going to get raised to like $2 or something one day.
For 897 days. But today I was adopted. My wife is so tired of me commenting on every historical inaccuracy we see in historical dramas that now I just have a bell on my chair that I ring as an outlet of my frustration instead of talking about it. What is that armor? This is Rick Charles, who is a former American high diver who currently holds the world record for the highest.
Would y'all high dive? Are you guys scared of heights?
Dive of 172 feet, 52.4 meters. That's his mother watching. Nothing to see here, just four chads looking at each other. I teach men lessons.
Yeah, shout out to you, chat, for being the chattiest. Chatty, like not chatty, like haha talking, like chatty as in that haha Debras. Shout out to all of you being chads.
My wife teaches women lessons. I will teach your son how to fight, bleed, grow. She will teach your daughter how to ballet, long hair, pink, call us before it's too late. After being a stay-at-home dad for 6 years, I, 35 male, started college alongside my son who just started kindergarten.
Awesome.
We got this.
Man.
One time a guy picked me up to take me on our first date and he was playing this god-awful metal music. So I turned it down and he legit made an illegal U-turn and took my butt right back home without saying one word. Rate my dad's setup.
You turned off my no, you know what? It was probably a test. He's like, I'm gonna put this cringe music on. If she likes it, she's gonna listen to it. If she doesn't like it, she's gonna remove it. It was a test. It was a test, and she didn't pass.
When I said
That's why she got dropped off.
His house was burned, but he saved the most precious thing. After 6 months, homeless and jobless, I now have a new apartment, car, and a job in a call center. And I did it on my own. I'm so proud of myself. Sleep for 8 hours, work for 8 hours. That's only 14 hours out of 24. You still have 10 hours to cook amazing meals, work out, learn a language, and walk on the beach. Time is not the issue. Back in 2000, Kevin Hines jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge due to mental illnesses. He miraculously survived because a sea lion was bumping him up and kept his head above water. Now he is a death prevention speaker. Mum said I have to go. No, okay, we can play tomorrow.
No.
Hey man, I don't know if you still remember me, but we used to play like 8 years ago. I got married last week actually.
I was supposed to be like, I thought it was gonna be like a hey man, like this person, like, you know, is not with us anymore.
Before and after photo of a boy who beat cancer. Sausage roll and the can of lager.
Nice.
Why is the can of lager photoshopped in? Drinking it, didn't want to put it down. I literally helped him find D. What did you do today? If lost, please return me to D.
Same.
I'm D. Nuts. Where's nuts? Fine nut. Do any celebrities want to date me?
I'm
single. I may not be that person, but I was the best player, blah, blah, blah.
Why did she
Pretty cool, yep. But guess what? They got married. This is cool. Woman with a time machine.
That's cute. I was about to say, why did she at Hawaii or whatever? I guess. I'm sorry, I just sneezed. I was like, why did she add him? But
I'm your granddaughter. Really? Men with a time machine. It's okay, buddy. He'd want us to forgive you.
I had a time machine, I want
11 years ago, I was texting a dude I hooked up with a few times. As I got ready for Thanksgiving back in my hometown. I forgot. What's your town called again? He asked. I told him. 1 8-hour drive later, and he appeared at my doorstep. What a dumb. Anyway, we're married. Taking her to Starbucks because I forgot her name. If it weren't for women, all men would be living like this until the end of time. Girl at my party asked to see my YouTube recommendations because it's a good test for red flags. This was the first recommendation I had. What if Big Bird exploded in the Challenger disaster?
What happens if you show someone this feed and this is the first video that they see? I'm kind of curious to what this video
13 years ago, I tried to end my life. 12 years ago, I was fired from my job. 11 years ago, I was declared bankrupt. 10 years ago, I picked up a camera. 7 years ago, I was published with the National Geographic. 6, I won countless awards. 4, I got a mortgage. Have faith. The Min Supreme. Supreme in New Hampshire in 2019. During the presidential election. Gotta keep my nephew looking fresh. Hey, before you're gone forever, I just want to be honest. I ran, I jumped, and I climbed on multiple occasions. I did not respect the Laser Quest code of conduct, even though I verbally agreed to it. And for that, I am sorry. We forgive you. After the Adams County Sheriff's Office raided the home of Afro-Man and found nothing, Afro-Man turned the footage of the raid into a music video. Now, the officers are suing over emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. Thought it would be cool to make Kinect's body armor. Started karate today. I stood next to a 5-year-old little girl on her first day. We learned the same steps, and the dojo couldn't closing. I am 10 times her size, seen horrors in my years I hope she will never even imagine. In that moment, we were equal. Never felt such a gracious humility before. Elderly neighbor buys 14 years worth of Christmas gifts for a young girl before he passed from cancer. My girlfriend dumped me. I got revenge by losing 141 pounds on my own. His girlfriend Nina had an inoperable brain cancer, and he stayed alive.
Wait, I don't hate it in like ooh, I hate it. Like I hate it because it's always so sad, and I hate it about like hearing about the passing, but it's always kind. On
her side the entire time. Shows up once a year with a video. Eliminates any respect some public figure once had. Elaborates for multiple hours. Leaves. Brazilian mother named FIFA Fan of the Year. For narrating matches to her blind son. Remember that time Ron Perlman underwent 4 hours of makeup just to surprise a leukemia patient? Anorexia and my recovery. Your first podcast will be bad. Your first speech, video, anything will be bad. You can't make your 100th without making your first. So put your ego aside. And start. I'm at a Michelin.
I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm still bad some days. We're all learning.
Our restaurant right now to celebrate my wife's promotion / new role. I know many will not consider this a big deal, but I used to be a janitor, cleaning poopy toilets at car dealerships in Stockton and stealing Pop-Tarts from my high school cafeteria. This homeless man's rabbit was thrown over a bridge by a passerby, and he immediately jumped into the river to save her. He won an award, was given animal food and a job, and the passerby was charged with animal cruelty. Doctors, you can't test it on humans. It's illegal. Dr. Barry, fine, I'll do it myself. Dr. Barry was convinced that this type of bacteria causes stomach ulcers, but no one believed him. Since it was illegal to test his theory on humans, he drank the bacteria himself, developed ulcers within days, treated them with antibiotics, and went on to win a Nobel Prize. My 82-year-old granddad sends me a Valentine's card every year. His writing is getting worse because of his tremors, but he always insists on writing it himself. For the length of time I have loved you, I could have walked to the moon and back. Kenyan authorities have arrested a fake lawyer,
so
Brian,
cute.
who has falsely been presenting himself as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. He argued 26 cases before High Court judges, magistrates, and Court of Appeal judges. He won all of the 26 cases before his arrest. Men doing surf. Male spiders give female spiders gifts of prey wrapped in silk to increase mating success. Wrapping the gift in silk prevents the female from stealing it without copulating, and sometimes conceals that the gift is just random trash. 4 years ago, I got a gym membership.
Where's my gift wrapped in silk? This is what I'm hearing, right? I will be waiting.
Insane transformation. I don't have anywhere else to post this, but I'm proud of myself for taking the first steps towards fitness. 2.5 miles, 200 calories. So
you know what? You all gotta start somewhere. As long as you're starting, you know, that's the best part.
Waiting to do this for a while. It's not attractive, it's not perfect, but screw it. I worked my butt off for this, from 525 pounds to the mid-200s, and I'm proud. My son has sickle cell disease and was kicked off Medicaid in 2019. I lost 100 pounds to join the US Army so that he could have medical coverage. On October 29th, 2020, I became an American soldier. 16-year-old Jamie Harrington saw a man sitting on the side of a bridge and stopped to ask, "Are you okay?" That little question saved lives. After convincing him to get help, they exchanged numbers and parted ways. Months later, the man called and said his wife was pregnant with a baby boy. They named him Jamie. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. What a stupid quote. I'm killing way more than 2 people, idiot. Men will take 1 good headshot every 5 years and use it for their LinkedIn picture, hinge pic, passport, background picture, until they rinse and repeat. Family called him to inquire about the recipe so she could have it one last time. When the chef learned that the customer lived in Vermont and could no longer travel due to her advanced lung cancer, he decided to make the long drive and cook it fresh for her. My stepson called me dad in front of his friends. I have been with my wife for 4 years. She has a 12-year-old son from a previous relationship. He has never hated me, but it's clear he misses his dad. He's mainly just called me by my name. I don't necessarily like it, but I would never force him to call me dad. Today, he wanted to go with his friends to an amusement park, and he asked me to come with them, which already made me happy, so of course I said yes. But when his friends got in the car, there was one of them who I'd never met before, and he introduced me as his dad. I started smiling when he said that, and I think he noticed, because he looked at me and rolled his eyes while laughing. Right now, they're trying to win a big prize at the park, and I'm still smiling. I know this isn't something huge or anything, but this is genuinely one of the happiest days I've ever had in a while. Mother got extremely sick on Christmas. She gets hospitalized. Doctor tells us she will be here until January 2nd. I take care of my mother, and I have to stay at the hospital every night taking care of her. I tell my girlfriend I have to cancel our plans for a New Year's party at a friend's house because I will be staying with my mum. She tells me she is going without me. I think to myself, well, I don't want her to have a crap New Year, so it's okay. Later today, best bro calls me. "Hey buddy, I heard you are staying at the hospital for New Year's. I cancelled my plans and will bring you food to the hospital so we can celebrate."
That's why I'm like, I don't know, like, as a girlfriend, would you not want to be there for like your other like partner's family and stuff? Like, I know I would. And like, you know, being there in a sentimental moment versus like going to one party, I don't think is going to be the end of the world for you. But shout out to his bro.
This is either a fake 4chan story or your girlfriend is a piece of shit. Break up now. My grandpa, who was 85, started making this rock collection. Okay, this is for a new geography meme video. You can spoil it if you want by reading it, but you know,
That's freaking cool. Anyways, guys.
At 14, I saw...
Guess what time it is? That means we're over. Anyways, subscribe to the channel. Press the like button on this channel. If you ever want to catch me live, I stream almost every night over on Twitch. It is literally www.twitch.tv/Saphwyn. Same name as my YouTube name. And you can join the Discord server too. I have one of those. It is linked below. Anyways, take care and thank you for watching the video. And I will see you guys with the next one. Bye-bye. See y'all on the flip side.